My name is Intim Raven. I am back with another episode of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. In the last episode, we found a dead body, which seemed pretty peaceful. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death was estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the third floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point, the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. So she was poisoned.
Hey.
Oh, shit. That was so loud. I'm gonna lower the shit out of that. I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
So...
The only way to get into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door has been jammed shut with a chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out until we broke the window. There's like zero escape, right? In other words, this is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? I guess you might see that kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever, but could it really happen in real life and right before our very eyes like this? Are you curious to hear more about what locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means the killer commits his crime, then through some special method, seals the room. This mainly involves some kind of trick involving the locking of the room. Basically, basic approaches include using string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is a locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh.
In other words,
basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch, it fires a handgun, you shoot through an arrow, or through a gap of the door, something like that.
However,
but in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
It's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words,
they stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend that they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
It's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room.
In other words,
but that means there actually is an alternative escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality, it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locking room mysteries, those are all the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kiriko, which of those 4 choices seem most likely in this case? That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during the trial. Right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figured it out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Looks like a wrapper. Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse, and I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box to my room. I'm sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. You know. Polka dot candy wrapper has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your wrapper. Shards of glass are scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Okay. That's a bit odd. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she also vomited blood. I can see a trace of it on her lips for sure. So what caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically says she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe getting a hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Biker.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make any sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Alright, so the glass bottles are something new. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the top shelf. And inside each bottle has some kind of Monokuma figure. The pawn, is that the rook? It's called the rook, I think. The pawn, the rook, the bishop, and the king. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures into the bottles.
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in the bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat that is placed inside of it? You've never seen that? Oh, yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Momo bottle, if you will. I feel like things are starting to finally make sense, little by little. The Monokuma bottle was sitting on the shelf. The Mono figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle, which would mean was that Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around on the floor near the entrance. It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that said Chem Aid 2. That reminds me. Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can. Shards of light blue glass. There must be parts of the window that broke to get inside. But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Why does that matter? Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. Important clue? I'm not sure how, but okay.
What?
It's like the Togami. What do you want? You're bothering me. Go away. He's not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I better go before he crushes my soul completely.
However...
But for Sakura to have been killed. Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get an upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken them by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. She was poisoned, dude.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Baikura, Toku, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked them all three of them to meet with her. You know, well, right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again, she told me she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the room. English is hard. In the rec room by noon. The Monokumo fire says she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry. That she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets. I know. Hina's count. But the fact that she asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Bayukura says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth, though? Well, until I can prove that, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Okay. The handprints. Huh? The locker's open and then on the inside. It's a handprint?
Why?
What's that? What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone was locked the inside, touched the inside of the locker, and it left a handprint of all the dust. And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here, in the locker. They left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group? Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Shit's open. Oh yeah, the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden it there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Okay. Is there anything else I'm missing? Got the... Oh, there's some glass in the show? The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get it open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think this chair had anything special done to it.
Hey.
Okay.
Certainly.
The same shelf full of magazines. They're all kind of different magazines here. Okay, we got all this. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change is that the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it in to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used in the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open. It was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. There's no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not the outside.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I decided you'll go in my place. She decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. I was gonna say, can we not leave the area for normal means? Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Kirugo, Taka, Mondo, Makoto, Sayaka, Byakuya, Junko, Toku. Can I go into any of these other rooms? That's disappointing. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds... Huh? Who's there? Ugh, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Wouldn't say that.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Okay.
I was in such a good mood, too.
I'm sorry, Toku. She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toku slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You say you wanted to talk to me about something? I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet you.
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. Bayuka already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? Ah, I just said too, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared. So I couldn't bring myself to go. Toga claims she didn't see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept that as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toku quickly retreated into her room. Okay. Not entirely sure we can consider that as a truth bullet, but not sure it's factual. Oh, apparently I could have fucked with the doors. Knock, knock, Yasuhiro. I pressed the doorbell. After a few seconds...
You know?
Yo! What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet you.
What?
Huh? How do you know about that?
Could it be?
Oh, did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Olga told me herself that she asked Paruka and Toku to come too. What? When did Sakura tell me that?
What?
Oh, well... When she asked me to meet her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Tucker.
Got it all wrong.
No way! I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Olga was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. Well, I'm here. Could you give me the note she gave you? Oh, do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro started feeling around his pockets.
Come on.
Ah, sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands out of his back pockets. And when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pockets. Huh?
Huh?
Ah! Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again, and then shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Olga never asked me to meet, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that was all there was to it. It's the same polka dot candy wrapper. So for from Toko and Hiro, what next? I don't have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should go learn more about that protein shake we found on the floor in the rec room. I'm sure it came from the chem lab. So where to start? I actually want to check out the trash. Like, not that it's important like at all, but I feel like it is. Still a snapshot, huh? Why do I not have the key? I feel like I should have the key by now, to be honest. Okay, there's the bathrooms. I have to go to the chem lab. I have to go back to the crime scene. 'Cause I've talked to all three of the idiots. I've talked to our suspects 3, which now I kind of think that it was Yasuhiro. Yasuhiro kind of makes sense now as my prime suspect. Just the candy wrapper, the hella suspicious behavior. Yeah. Wanna crank some more of these out. Probably get something good here. Something new. But is it new? No, it's not new. Actually, it was new. Check that out. Shit. Check that shit out. That's kind of gross. Handkerchief? Ugh, soda thing. I know I have that one. Cheers. No, I got that one. That's new? That's new. Not new. Is that new? Yep. I want to get up to 50%. It's my current goal right now is to get up to 50%. Is that? I'm at 50. Alright, I'm actually going to call an episode here. So thank you guys for watching. My name has been Insane Raven. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.